Hey guys, what's going on? It's Sorrowfan here, and since I got my Blaze Wizard from 0 to 111 in a couple hours, I decided why not show you guys the skills, because I didn't really know about the skills and I didn't really want to watch some old KMS videos to find them out. Figured I'd make my own and, find out as I go along. But why not record them and show you guys? So let's go ahead and start in the first job. Now, as a beginner, they do start with flash jump, like all Cygnus Knights do now, and so they do have flash jump and this elemental slash skill. That's pretty useless. But in the first job, you have your what I'll call a maintained skill. It's called Orbital Flame, and this skill pretty much goes all the way to fourth job because you keep getting better and better versions of it. And so if I click it right now, you'll see the fourth job version. You can see it goes really far and it's a dark red, but the first job version is a light red, as you can see in the picture, and it doesn't go far at all. And yeah, you can only shoot one at a time, or like up to two at a time with the first job version. The next skill is Flame Bite. It looks like this. It's a pretty nice skill for first job. It's a really nice mobbing skill. Then you got Flame Elemental, so pretty much whenever you use Orbital Flame, you get a buff, which is this Flame Elemental. And you can see it right there in the top corner that I get it. Next is Firewalk. Now this replaces the beginner elemental shift, which is a flash jump. And so the Blaze Wizard flash jump looks like this. So I think it's pretty cool, pretty unique, and I like it. I really like the description, so yeah. Fire Repulsion, it's pretty much your magic guard for this class, except it's passive. Natural Talent, your typical magician skill that gives you a ton of mana points or MP. So that's pretty much it for first job. Let's go ahead and check out second job. See, so you have Great Orbital Flame, and it's pretty much the second job version of it. Again, you can't really click these ones. You could only like use this and assign that to a skill. So these are just passives that enhance it. Then you got a pretty cool second job mobbing skill, which is Flame Vortex. It kind of reminds me of the Typhoon skill that Thunderbreakers have, but I don't mind. It's pretty nice. Next is a buff, Ignition. You guys could read it for yourself, but it's a really good buff. I'll show you how it looks. So that's how it looks. Flash Fire is a pretty cool skill. Kind of reminds me of Mechanics. How they have that little teleporter thingy. And this thing lasts a really long time. It lasts like 100 seconds when max, so you could go as far as you want. Press the button again and you'll teleport back to where you left that thing. So it's pretty cool. And it has a pretty cool name, Flashfire. Next is Word of Fire. This is your spell booster, your typical, booster. That's how it looks. I really like the animation for it. Pretty neat. Next is a pretty kinda useless skill. I could only see it being of use if, you're facing a boss that has like Potlock or something and you need to rejuvenate your mana or regenerate it. And it pretty much gives you 60% of your mana upon casting with a 2-minute cooldown. Looks like so. So that's that. It's like an old Buccaneer skill, if I recall correctly, where you could trade MP for HP. It's pretty cool for bucks. You got Greater Flame of this thing. This thing goes all the way to 4th job as well, as you can probably tell by 2nd job. And then you got Spell Control, which is your, your mastery, typical mastery. Alright, so next is 3rd job, and we got the 3rd version of it, and we got another mobbing skill, which is pretty neat, and pushes all enemies back. It's a pretty cool animation. And you got Cinder Maelstrom. Now this skill, I'll let you read the description right here. Alright, so you guys can read that description. I'll go ahead and show you how it looks and what it does. So it makes one monster really big, and then like all monsters that it gets, like monsters get sucked into it and then take damage and blow up and stuff like that. But you can't attack this monster if you tried. You can't attack that monster. And it just blows up in the end. So that's that. Oh, I kind of missed the explosion there, but the explosion is really small. It's no big deal. Next is Phoenix Run. It's pretty much your revive skill. Like if you were to take a fatal attack, you wouldn't die and you'd revive, and yeah. It has a 10-minute cooldown with a 5-minute duration, so you'd want to use it when you think you're gonna die at a boss or something within the next 5 minutes, because it does have a pretty long cooldown. And this is how it looks. So that's that skill. You got the part 3 of Grand Flame Elemental. Liberated Magic is, the typical magician skill that you use more MP to do more damage. Burning Focus is, again, another typical skill, which is the critical rate stuff. And then another typical skill, which is the, main stat increase. So that's it for third job. Now it's the fourth job skills. So you got the fourth job version of this. And something I forgot to mention, even since the first job version of Orbital Flame, you're able to direct it wherever you want. You just hold the arrow key, and this fourth job version is why I'm shooting so fast. You don't expect to shoot this many or this fast at first job. But yeah, you could direct it. You could even direct it down like that, and you could go straight the other side. So it's pretty cool. That was the first time I did that. I made it go in all directions. So yeah, you could direct these orbs, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Next you got Blazing Extinction. Now this is really similar, I would say, to Ice Shard or whatever it's called from Ice Lightning Mages, but it's not as good, and I'll show you guys how it looks. It looks very similar and kind of like has a similar kind of thing. As you guys can see, like flame coming out of it every now and then, like a sun. It's pretty cool, but I don't think it's that good of a skill. Maybe because mine is only level 1, but yeah, as of right now I don't think it's too good of a skill. The Ice Lightning one I think is much better. But it's pretty cool mobbing skill nonetheless. Next you got Towering Inferno. You guys can read the description if you want. It looks like this. So it's kind of like your ultimate, so to say. Not that bad. Next we got Fires of Creation. I don't entirely understand this skill, because look, I'll show you. I just wanted to read the description again because I'll show you how it looks. So if I use the skill, you get to choose. Oh, that was a bad example because the guy was blocking. So when I use the skill, oh wait, 5-second cooldown. You get to choose left or right, and so I chose right last time, and I'll show you guys the left version, which is a bigger fire dog. But they don't attack, they don't do anything. I guess it's just for the sake of having one out. I don't think there's a difference between the two other than the noises they make and the look of them. So I don't know what the purpose of having both is, but I don't know. I typically keep the lion looking thing out. I don't know. If one of you guys know, please let me know, because I really don't see, what's so special about having two of them. Next is Burning Conduit, a really cool party skill, and I'll show you guys how it looks. I really like this skill. It's really nice. And so you cast it on the floor like that, and if you stay inside this spellcaster looking thing, you get, the bonus, the buff right up here. But as soon as you leave it, that buff disappears. So yeah, it disappears like 1 second after you leave. But it gives you like an insane damage increase, so 7.9k. So that gave me like 1.4k to my range at such a low range, so that's pretty nuts. Burning Conduit that was. Next is Flame Barrier. You guys can read the description yourself. I never used a skill yet, but I'll use it right now for the first time. Oh man, that looks sick. So it should explode soon. Oh man, kinda lag for the explosion, but that skill is really cool. It has a really sick animation, so that's pretty damn cool. Alright, so that was Flame Barrier. Probably gonna max that next then, since it's so cool. And then you got your fourth job version of Elemental, and you got Pure Magic, your fourth job typical Mastery or Expert. And then your final skill for fourth job is like a passive buff kind of thing. Ignition, remember, is the second job buff skill, where mobs could blow up and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much all of the skills for the revamped Blaze Wizard. I could say that they are a very, very fun class to train and play, and yeah, I don't regret making this class, and I was even like thinking of making it strong and semi-funding it, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. Maybe train it a little bit more, maybe I'll stop it here. Probably depends on the hyper skills for them. If I like the hyper skills, I might go for 170. If I don't, then I'll probably just leave it here. But anyway, that's all for this video, guys. I hope you guys found it informative, entertaining, and thank you all for watching. This has been a Sorrowfan production. See you all on the next one. Peace. If you liked that last video, why not click another? And I'd appreciate if you subscribed.